Hey babies, what's up my darling MVPs and how you all doing? Welcome back to Sale with Mimiciously Mimi where you get the gist. I see they do waiting. I see they hurt. Of course you know there is no sleeping on a bicycle on this channel. If you snooze you do what? You lose. Are you yet to subscribe to this channel? Or are you still sitting on a fat, long thing? Kindly pause right there, subscribe, and make sure you turn on the notification bell. If not, tell me, how do you want to get the gist brewing from the cooking pot? Like, how do you want to get the gist? I see they hot. So, guys, the live show is done and dusted. Yes, I skipped live eviction show because there was no eviction tonight. It was live show. It was what we had today. We just had musician come sing for us, and Ebuka just tried to clarify some things that is actually not clear yet amongst the housemates. And I think, okay, let me start off from how Ebuka came to the house. All housemates looking good and sweet. You know, Ebuka first off went to the HOH, that is Onyeka, wishing her a belated birthday as usual. Ebuka will never miss that anytime housemates celebrates their birthday. And then afterwards, Ebuka asked, okay, when Ebuka was congratulating her on her reign as the HOH, then Ebuka now actually added up the sisters, with despite your sister gave you kind of tough time, you know. So what was going on between you and your sister? What is this thing? You and your sister seems to be having a lot of front and back. What is going on? And then Onyeka revealed that her sister, which is Chizoba, really wants to be that person that, should be right all the time, and she tends to not see her wrongs, you know, and sometimes she feels like she's been left out, while sometimes she, that is Onyeka, is always left out most of the times, and then she doesn't complain to anyone. There are sometimes she would also need her, and then she's not there, but she doesn't complain to anyone. But when it's Chizoba's turn, Chizoba will feel all left out, like she's just she doesn't have anybody in the house. So after everything, Ebuka was like, so is this how you guys do? She said, yes, this is how they are in their house. You know, this is how they are in their house, and that's it. But one thing for sure is their bond and loyalty is still with each other. That they always have their disagreements, but they still got each other's back. Then for Chizoba, Ebuka asked Chizoba, why does she always disagree when the sister said she tends to want everything to be all about her first? But when Ozzy said that to her, she did not counter it. Rather, she started crying. Does it mean you accepted it from Ozzy's end, but when your sister said it, you actually was arguing? And then she said no, she never agreed to what Ozzy said, that the reason why she was literally crying was because she was really going through it the week, you understand, that she's really trying her best to be heard. Like, she's one person that is very difficult for people to hear her. So now it is time for her to fight for her voice so that she will be heard. She might come off extreme, but she is trying to work it to be balanced. That for Ozzy's own was different. Ozzy said she's always countering words, you know, so that was why she shoved it off. And then Ebuka asked Chizoba something and said, so talking about the Ozzy, the twins and whatever, Ben, the other time when you were having disagreements with your sister, Ben tried to console you, talk to you, but you told Ben you needed space whenever you're angry. But reverse is the case to the twins. You told them that they actually left you when you were in your down moments. So Ebuka now said, why is Ben's own different from the twins? You don't want him around when you're angry, but you want the twins around when you're angry. And then she said, no, Ebuka, it's not like I don't want him around. I want him around. At the same time, I need space. And Ebuka started looking up like, yo, what does this one mean? She now said, for example, when she had the disagreement with Ozzy left her, but later on came to hug her and say, are you good? That was the kind of thing she meant. But guys, you and I know that what Chizoba meant was different from what Ebuka is saying. What I'm trying to say is Chizoba does not mean it that way, that she doesn't want Ben around like that. But the scenarios were different. So Ebuka is making it look like Chizoba valued the twins more than Ben. But that was, the scenarios were literally different. And meanwhile, talking about the twins anyways, Ebuka asked Osi, knowing fully whether they are friends with the Chekas, then the Chekas, the ex-Chekas, right, that as they are close to them, is he trying to play any role to actually make these two sisters come in order, like have the same thoughts together? Because guys, you know me, I keep saying this, and I said the kind of disagreement Chizoba and Onyeka do have, I don't see sisters having that. Even Anita and Nelly, who are friends, cannot even have this kind of disagreements that Chizoba and Onyeka is having as siblings. You know, so any which ways, Ebuka asked OC if they're going to do anything about it. OC said he has actually been playing a role of a big brother in this house, that he would love to actually put an end to it and work on them or whatever, you know. So that was that about them. This was Ben's face. The reason why you're seeing Ben's picture, when Ebuka asked Chizoba about the twins, comparing them with Ben, and how Chizoba said she needed the twins around, but telling Ben another thing. This was Ben's face. Ben carry face put for ground. So after them, the next persons I would address there is Tofa. Ebuka asked Tofa. I don't know what Ebuka wants to do to Suj and Tofa's friendship anyways. But at the same time, I think that friendship, these two, that is Suj and Tofa, they actually act like they are boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, I love the bond they both have, you know. The way they interact with each other, the way they talk to each other. If you watch them from the earlier week, you will notice they have a different kind of bond, the kind of bond Anita and Nelly have, you know. But later on, it was giving kind of shaky. Why is that? Because Tofa tends to realize that it seems like the friend always feel disappointing when the partner does not do well in tasks, all those tasks that need physical abilities and whatnot. So that was why when he had issue with Anita about the age thingy, Suj gets to hear from other people, you know, especially from Shaun them, and then Suj confronted Tofa and be like, guy, how come I'm hearing things from other people and not directly from you? And then Tofa told him that there are levels to friendship. So that was the part Ebuka addressed and be like, why do you have to tell your friend there is level to friendship? Does it mean he's not up to the level to the people you would tell the same thing? But there was something Tofa replied. Tofa said Suj would always reply to things that would favor me, but when I go to people like Shaun, they will tell me how it is. Suj would want to tell me, oh, guys, so that he would say, we think same way, we think alike. That was how Tofa put it, that they think alike. So Suj would want to say, oh, this is it. And exactly what Suj would say is what him would say. So he needed a different perception, so that's why he goes to other people. I really love how Tofa answered that question there, because Ebuka really tried to shake it off on them, you know. So when because the way Ebuka said that, and you once told Anita that stop giving people who do not reciprocate your energy, meaning that Nelly and Suj, they don't reciprocate their own energy. Nelly just laughed over it and she took her good that they drink, her canned beer, you know. Then afterwards, Ebuka asked Suj, what do you think about what Tofa said about you being level of friendship and whatnot? And then he said that then it was so surprising, but when they get to have conversation, he tends to understand where he wasn't doing things right. They spoke about it and it is fine. And then because Ebuka asked Suj, does it mean that it is actually from you? Because even Nelly complained to you the other time. I was saying you don't like her, meaning that you are not living up to her expectations, the way you should care and, you know, take care of her. Even Suj had to ask Nelly, is there something I am doing wrong? Nelly, I said, I beg, no put me, leave me. So that was that about Suj. I love how Tofa said that himself and Suj, the reason I like, I love it, I'm not gonna lie. Because Ebuka, I beg go, you know, because I love the friendship between Suj and Tofa. So let's talk about Handy. Ebuka asked Handy and said, this separation, the dissolving of the pairs, actually affected them the most. But guys, first up, before I start to talk about this Handy's own, I'm going to say I love how these twins love each other. I love how these twins love themselves, no cap. They are not perfect beings, but I love how they love themselves, period. Okay, anyway, Ebuka was actually telling Handy, this actually got to you guys so much, but don't you guys think that this dissolving of pairs would actually give you guys a room to get to know your individuality, get you to know yourself as individual and not as twins or pairs, you know? So Ebuka was kind of giving them advice to be like, be yourself without twins, because this world, sometimes you must not be with your twins all the time. That was what the message Ebuka was trying to send. And Handy said, oh yes, as they came into this house, they came in pair. She wouldn't have done this without a sister, but if she survives this Sunday, she's definitely gonna retrace her step, maybe get to, you know, do her things more of herself. But it's not gonna be easy. In my mind, I was telling Ebuka, I beg, let this twinnie be, I beg. If there's gonna be any individuality or whatever, let it be Eviction that made them single. and not on the basis of any individuality or whatever Ebuka might have called that, because I love how they love themselves. If Ebuka, you're complaining about the Chekas being separated, but now the people that are close, you want to tell them to go and search for their individual self. I beg go. Anyways, and Wanni was also asked the question about her man Shaun, that the other time she said she no do again. I'm not gonna go back to him. Next minute, just small toasting, you don't fall again. And then when he came out with her future, said, I like the guy, I like the boy, blah blah blah. So life, everybody have issues. Even my twin, who is the person I love most, we do have our difference. So everybody have issue. One thing about life is resolving those issues. And then Ebuka asked, are you guys an item now? You know, Wanni said in the house, she's my boyfriend, but Ebuka now be like, oh, in the house alone, you know. But I love it that Wanni heard his entire, because Shaun never asked her out. Because Mohandi now spoke at the background and said, did he ask you out, you know? So she was like, I love the guy I do. Ebuka now said, you're not using the L words. Well, anyways, you know, good luck to them. So that's just what it is. But the thing is that there is nothing defined in that house yet. They all just started talking just like that and getting to like each other. Meanwhile, after all of the questions, Ebuka came back to give the sweet information to the housemates and tell them that there is no eviction, after he shaked all of them up and asked the nominated housemates to stand up, and later told them that nobody's leaving. They were super duper happy. Wanni was just shouting, I knew it, I said it, blah blah blah. So the eviction, the live show was just there. Ebuka, you know, told them to better be careful, because next week is not going to be the same way. Meanwhile, guys, talking about next week, come on, next week is going to be Operation Sweep. Like 3 persons or 4 might leave the house come Sunday. Any which ways, guys, about this live show, I must give it to Victoria and Nelly. These 2 chaps, these 2 ladies, they know how to dress. Like when it comes to dressing up for eviction, I give them huge kudos. Meanwhile, also talking about how to dress and giving kudos, also Cassia was looking sweet tonight, anyways, and other housemates. But my special recognition is to Nelly and Victoria. So people were actually talking about how Cassia and what's the name, Kelly Ray, always match their shoes, you know. And why is it that they don't notice that there is something more behind this thing in these 2 are doing? You know, what besties wear shoes together. But funny enough, besties do wear shoes together. They wear shoes together and whatnot. But where you would see such thing is female besties, not male and female besties doing all this to match. So people are like, why are the housemates not asking more with 2 shoes together and whatnot? Any which ways, guys, you know, earlier today before the live show, I told you guys about some of the diary session and some of the housemates those people think will be going. For Ben, he was thinking him or his pair might go because they've appeared at the bottom. But that aside, Biggie has given Ben another assignment, guys. Biggie told Ben, if you survive tonight's eviction, you are still gonna carry out another assignment so that to double your reward, because Ben is after his reward, because he said if he goes home. And Biggie said, if you go home, you're gonna receive your reward outside, but if you stay back in the house, Biggie would like to double your reward if you carry out an assignment. And then Ben asked Biggie. Ben said, Biggie, that why would he do it? That he would do it though. And then Biggie told him that later he would come carry the crates of egg back to the house, but he should make sure that he is not being caught, that he can divide the eggs whichever way he wants to. He must not put it accordingly the way he brought it, you know. And then Ben said okay, that he would do it, that he would take time to find time to do it, so that when the housemates are deeply asleep or when they are tipsy, then that's when he would do it. He even said he's not going to tell Biggie when, because if he tells Biggie might alert the housemates, because he said they took his tuna fish, 2 of his tuna fish. He doesn't know if the same way Biggie is giving him assignments, if Biggie is giving someone else assignments. And Biggie now told him that maybe in the midst of the housemate not having their eggs anymore, they had to source for other ways to, you know, keep it going. So that was what Biggie told Ben anyways. And then, so guys, it's about time for Ben to carry out another assignment. Now, there was this funny thing people were doing on the social space, because we've gotten we are actually in a situation whereby those who actually make this show lively, most of them does not really have huge fan base like that. For example, Onyeka, her fan base no choke like that. For Ben, we don't even know his fan base like that. So people are like calling on Double K and Wanni Handy fans. They said, please, you guys should take Ben to the final. We don't want this boy to go, because how is the show gonna be so funny and whatnot? But guys, the show is the show. People get to love the people they want to love, and that's just it. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna be dropping my voice right here and now to see you guys later. Thank you so much for always sailing with me. Bye for now, babies.